Hello. Welcome home. Can we turn
Hi.
a little bit?
Why are you so...
I know it's more on you. It was centered half and half. Hello, everybody. Can you hear us?
Hi, happy Monday.
Happy
Can you hear
Monday.
us okay?
Hopefully.
Hopefully. We'll give everybody a
If
second.
not, that's a problem.
Jack's already like ready and willing to bark.
Of course he is. You can check the volume on your phone real quick.
Oh, I suppose I could do that. Just making sure we can hear. Let's see.
Probably don't want to hear us anyway.
Oh wait, I just took screenshots instead of upping the volume.
That's not gonna really work.
I just took screenshots of myself. I guess they can hear us.
Okay, great.
All right,
Yeah,
and
so
I
they
have
can say
about
no.
18 screenshots on my phone now.
You always need those for later.
I guess. So, hello.
Hello.
Happy Monday. Welcome.
Monday again. Should I just do it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello. Welcome to TMSM Weekly Live Show number 93 for August 10th, 2020. I'm Scott.
I'm Michelle.
And I did say welcome. I'll say it again. Welcome home. Because Shane will yell at me if I don't say it.
He doesn't yell.
He sends me messages.
He
He
nicely
screams at me.
reminds.
He gets on my case.
He does not. He's
not as nice. Randy's nice to me. Shane is not.
Randy is always Team Scott for some reason.
Well,
I don't know why.
You want to pick a good team, you go team.
You don't have our names up, do you? Do they? But they know who we are. I guess
they know who we are, but I can put them up there
just in case you don't know what kind of people you're watching or who you're
Team
watching.
Scott on them next week. That's what you're gonna say. At Team Scott, at Team Michelle. And I'll make mine the bright one, really nice and pretty, nice.
You want to be pretty?
Yeah. No, Team Scott is gonna be pretty.
Okay, whatever.
Oh, but look at Marianne. You look beautiful, Michelle.
Thank you, Marianne. I was out in the sun today.
Look, we got somebody on YouTube.
We have
Michael's
a YouTuber.
YouTuber.
Yay! Thank you so much for joining. Last week we had YouTubers saying, how come we haven't seen you before? And it's because we are a very Facebook heavy crowd, I guess you could say. Is that a way to put it?
That's the way to say it. There's our buddy. What's up, Jimmy? Yo.
Hey, what's up, Jimmy Horn?
What's up? Oh, look at there's Lily from Michigan.
Hi. I miss Michigan. I miss home so much.
Wait a minute. Roz has something to say.
What? Hold on. I can't see. Put my glasses on.
I'm watching.
Always watching.
Well, and we should just put this up there just so it can be there. Thank you, Randy. Your check's in the mail. Appreciate that. Oh, here we go. Here's a vote, though, for Jack.
Team Jack. You know what? And he is back here somewhere ready to bark at things.
Oh, wait. Whoa. How do I ban from feed? How
Jimmy,
do you do that?
thank you. I'm glad somebody's on my side.
There has to be a way to take somebody off the feed and knock them out. Man.
Because I'm nicer than you.
Hi, Anita. Somebody over for that copy was on there. So nice to see you, Anita. Thank you for tuning in.
Okay.
So here's your list of, I have no idea what, I know she said merchandise, because there's a lot of merchandise that dropped today.
I know you're going to be shocked that he has no idea what we're talking about.
No idea. Is it even Disney? Probably.
Okay, I'm giving, so like my contacts are bothering me. That's why I have glasses, but we have a light. And when I wear my glasses, it totally glares, so I can't win either way. So I'll just periodically put my glasses on so I can see what you're saying.
And what did we do last week? So last week, did we go? We didn't go to any parks, so we don't have a reservation.
No.
We did go to Universal.
We did go to Universal.
We renewed our Universal passes. We finally decided to do that.
That's on my list. Give me
this. I was just kind of mentioning it.
Wait. No, hold on a second. I got to show them the list real quick. Look. That's down here.
Hocus Pocus, Halloween. Send me Hocus Pocus.
No, don't read the list.
Oh. So you want me to read it? You mean don't read it out loud? Gotcha.
They're key points. You're giving a spoiler to what we're talking about.
I see that, Alicia. You're no longer on my list. Thank you, Tammy.
What did she say?
Team Michelle.
Thank you, Alicia. All right.
So you have my back now.
Oh no, I have Universal on here because we're going to talk about. Actually, if you want to, since he brought it up, we can talk about Universal first.
But I was going to say we went to Universal over the weekend, which we can talk a little bit more in depth later. Today we actually went to Aquatica. We took the day and got out of here. Went to Aquatica in the water park.
That's SeaWorld's water park.
SeaWorld's water park. It was a lot of fun. It was nice to get out and be in the sun.
And not crowded.
Not crowded at all. We moved around the fast lazy river.
Yeah, they have a not so lazy river. I don't know what you call it.
Awesome.
It moves like super fast.
I have water shoes on, and I put my water shoes on, and I kind of search it. It's fun.
Yeah, but we
I
did that for a
enjoy it.
couple hours. It's been so hot here in Florida, but I understand it's hot like pretty much everywhere from what I'm
It
being
is. It's some
told.
hobby desert. Randy, yes, we do have a ring light. It's a smaller one. We use behind the camera. It's just easier to set up. And
We used to have this
effect.
big setup before, and it would take us like forever to set up for the show every week. And then my friend John said, no, you need to get one of these little lights. It saves a bunch of time. Plus, it makes you look nice. So
don't give him a shout out. That wasn't a shout out for our friend John.
It was for the nice ring light people.
I'm gonna get a bigger ring light. That one's kind of small. We need a big one.
I need one to make me pretty.
Okay, let's get started. What are we gonna do?
Okay, all right.
The light makes you pretty. I see how it is. Team sidebar. I like that, Shane. Good idea.
Team sidebar, because you know we're gonna have those. All right, so see, we're already doing it. I'm already off track. Okay, so we can take this and move it up if you want.
And we didn't mention we saw Corey, Lucretia, and the kids.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Corey and Lucretia, who are on our staff and have been friends with us for 10 years, since we started the Main Street
God
Mouse.
bless you.
They were in town. Yeah, I know, friends that have stuck with us that long.
But we knew Lucretia because she put up with Corey for a lot longer than that.
That's right. Lucretia has staying power because she deals with Corey.
She deals with Corey. Everybody else is easy after that.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, they were in town as well. They were staying at Disney.
You know he's going to say y'all suck. Eventually.
Yeah, I know. I always go back and I read the comments, and Corey always has something to say. Always. All right, so let's talk about, since I'm going to move Universal up to the top, because I have tons of merchandise and stuff to talk about, but I want to talk about this Universal thing really quick because I'm tying it in with something else. And I have no idea what anybody's saying because I can't see.
I can't see either. Right? The glare in the light is making it hard to see.
Okay.
I think they're all saying where they're at. Actually, a lot of them, it looks like first time watching. Oh, thank you, Jordan, for first time watching.
Thank you so much.
Long Island, super humid. South Florida melting away.
Yeah, it is so.
Australia. Oh my gosh, Stephen, thank you so much.
Thank you for watching.
Wow,
and Lucretia, props to her. Tons of props
Lucretia
to you, my
gets
friend.
what she is.
For various reasons.
Dealing with Corey, I can.
Okay, so something exciting happened this week. At least I thought it was exciting. As you guys know, that I do Disney News on the radio usually for WDBO here in Orlando. I do.
Wow,
and I don't have a radio background whatsoever, but I like to talk.
She listens to it.
I listen to the radio and I'm a talker, so it goes together. So but this week, actually last Tuesday, I got to do a TV spot for Fox 35 Orlando, and
it was their 5:30 big story.
It was. Okay, so here's the thing. I mean, like last week we talked about ghosts. We're going to talk about the TV stuff. Okay, so I was at the movies with my girlfriends. Now, when I say at the movies, I don't mean like the movies, like, because there's nothing new playing right now, which we're going to talk about that too. There's an old theater, like a tiny theater that shows old movies. And so I think I've talked about that before. So we went to see Mean Girls.
It was all the girls went to see Mean Girls.
All us girls went to see Mean Girls.
Melissa, Liz, Michelle all went to see Mean Girls.
And Lorraine, we recruited Lorraine into our Mean Girl posse. So we went to go see Mean Girls
all I needed was
for like
Michigan
$3.
besties, and you guys were all set.
I know, if my Michigan besties were here, that would have been great. But anyway, so I was at the movies, and when the news hit. So I had to have Scott, like I felt my phone going off. So like Scott and both my sons were messaging me, Mom, you did a good job. So what it was I did an interview, and how that works is like I talked to the reporter for like 15 minutes and I said all kinds of things. Well, good things. And, they get to pick and choose like what they use when they run the story. So they did, obviously, because I told her, I said, Disney is my wheelhouse. That's what I do, is mostly Disney. And then, but we did talk about Universal for a second, and wouldn't you know it, they used the segment about Universal. And I was saying, and then, but she did talk about Disney too, but like the second half of the segment was me talking about Universal. Mm-hmm. So that was what I was trying to tie all that into, because we're going to talk about that. But so that was really exciting. I was excited, nervous. I second guessed myself a million times. I got to my friend Liz's house and I was like, oh my gosh. And
the best part though is they called her to set it all up, and they said, okay, can you be ready in like 45 minutes? Well, it was early. We were still working. We hadn't even got done with our morning work yet. So she's rushing around the house to get ready. We're setting up the camera, setting up the computer, all that stuff. Rush. Then you did it, and then you're like, oh my God, I think I screwed up. I was like, no, it was fine. And it was.
Well, you know, it's
think we're good.
it's one of those things that you do worry about, and I know I'm not. I talk about it all the time because I'm a hot mess, and I admit it. You know, I worry about everything. I overthink everything. I just, you know,
No.
because I want to do a good job, and I
You
don't want to look
overthink?
dumb.
I never thought that.
Thank you. Okay, so Shane, Alicia, you said good segment. Thank you. I was really excited, and like I said, I was sitting in the you know, the theater with my girlfriends, and I think it was Lorraine sitting next to me, and she goes, "That's your phone?" And I'm like, "It's my phone," because and I pulled up the segment in the theater, and I showed Lorraine, and I showed Melissa. I'm like, "Look, it's me." They're like, "We know it's you."
Look, it looks just like me on my phone.
Look, it's me on the news.
Hey, little Smooth.
Kyle Smooth, hi. Okay, but anyway, so
look, it's me.
Look, it's me.
Really, I was on.
I know, and I thought Lorraine was gonna knock me out of my chair, like for real, like we know it's you.
Yes.
Anyway, so but we did talk about Universal on the news, and the reason that the Universal thing had come up was because Universal has a deal right now to where if you buy a
1 day 2-park pass, so you get both Universal Orlando Resort and you get Islands of Adventure, so you get both parks for 1 day. For it's like $170, I believe, which is a lot. But here's the best part of it: you get to go until December 24th every single day if you want to. That's
you
crazy.
Do. So yeah, so for you buy one ticket, but then you can go from now until Christmas time.
Corey wants a recap of what he missed.
Corey, you're gonna have to go back and watch the replay.
We praised your wife as usual.
Yes, we all said how wonderful your wife is.
I did get a haircut, Melissa. Thank you.
And I cut it, Melissa. So
I was ready to shave it bald. If she didn't cut it, it was going to be bald.
Yeah, he needed it. So anyway,
Michelle's bragging about herself. Randy said, "That's that Scott."
I am. You know what, Randy? You and your Team Scott thing. That's fine. If you want her to ask me, that's fine. I got tough skin because I have a girl squad watching, and they're come for you. I'm kidding.
Remember Randy? They went and saw Mean Girls.
We did go see Mean Girls.
Corey, it doesn't count. You're already here. We got the lick, or we got the count.
Oh, okay.
1 click. That's all we need. So
okay. Anyway, but
184 for all three if you want to put
Volcano Bay too, which I've never been to Volcano Bay, but I want to do another honorable mention before we switch back over to Disney. We finally got to go on Hagrid's, the motorbike ride.
Oh
my gosh,
so very cool.
It was so cool, you guys. The you know, you talk about it.
It was just you get on this thing and the motorcycle, it never stops.
Get on this thing.
You get on this motorcycle cart, and it's really a cool concept that they just took the normal roller coaster cart, but they made it look like a motorcycle with a side passenger.
With a side.
Which, if you've ever seen the Harry Potter movies and you've seen Hagrid, that's his motorcycle with the side cart. So you get to get on there, and you are really flying. And at times, you actually feel like you're on a motorcycle flying through the track, and you got your arms on the bar. Michelle was in the sidecar, and I was driving it.
The boys were screaming behind us. It was pretty funny.
But it was just so much fun. Such a great ride. Good length. The wait was, we never stopped in the line. They said a 60-minute wait. I think it maybe took about 20.
Yeah, roughly. And we just kept walking. And then part of the queue is air conditioning, which is another good thing about a lot of the rides over there is that you get to stand in air conditioning. But the whole point is that before, like pre-COVID and all this stuff, like whenever we go to Universal, it was at least a 3-hour wait for Hagrid's and other rides there as well, but especially Hagrid's. But we just kept walking, and we just walked right through the queue. And now the kids want to go back to Universal again because they want to go on Hagrid's. And I was really, we have to just discuss everything when we do things. And we were when we got off Hagrid's, we were talking about Tron that's coming to Magic Kingdom, and how Tron is going to be like the cycle type of thing.
Right, you're kind of into it.
But you're going to be down like more forward.
Locked in.
But, you're side by side like that. So then we were wondering if Tron is going to be like a similar concept of how they do that over at Hagrid's.
Yeah, I don't know. Hagrid's is cool too, because as you're going through it, and you're going at different speeds, and you'll hear something like Hagrid said, "Oh, it's time for that dragon fuel," and you'll take off like a jet. I mean, even faster than you were for a straightaway, which made the ride even more interesting.
It was a great ride. Plus, we also got to see that the new coaster that they're building in the Jurassic Park area is really coming together. You can see the track and everything, and they got a lot going on over at Universal.
Right. We didn't take advantage of the past deal Universal's offering enough, so we talked about it. And by the time you pay for parking every time, and then you didn't get the discounts. With the deal, it's a great deal, actually. If you just want to go once or twice or 3 times in the next few months, it's a great deal. But if we were going to go, we'll go more often. Parking's $26 a time.
Yeah.
We didn't have any discounts on merchandise, which we need because we buy merchandise. So we decided to get all that, and it really wasn't that much more than getting the deal.
No, it really wasn't.
I mean, it's like $18 a month per person after the down payment. And
sidebar: if you hear a grumbling noise, Jack is sleeping and snoring under my chair.
Yeah,
just wanted anybody who's new, you hear a noise.
Is it actual? Yeah, it's an actual coaster.
It's a coaster.
Yeah, it's awesome.
The kids loved it,
and it's good length. It's not short, kind of like Seven Dwarfs is really a short
ride.
This was a good length of a coaster. The other thing we got to do at Universal, which I really liked, was the tribute store for HHN.
Oh yeah.
Halloween Horror Nights, as everybody knows, it was canceled this year, but they do have the tribute store, which was really cool, and they have some shirts and merchandise from the different years.
And they have like, what is it, 30 years of 30, Horror Nights? Yeah. But like I told him, I said, does that really count? Because it says their merchandise says 30 years of Horror Nights, but they're not really having it. Right. So will they have like 30th anniversary merchandise next year, like 30 and a half?
I bought the annual pass holder shirt just because it's something cool to have. It has Jack on it, which I like Jack the Clown.
Yeah.
They had a mock-up of him in the store, and it looked like it was a person standing there. It didn't. I put it on Instagram. It really looked real. I was scared.
So speaking of Halloween, are you ready to talk Disney?
Well, I'm done talking for the night. It was nice talking to you. Have a great night. It's all Michelle. Merchandise is your thing.
Well, you're welcome to chime in anytime you want.
Do they have Marvel merchandise?
No.
Then I'm not.
Okay, so.
It's not Marvel. I'll just sit back and let you go.
No. All right. So, if you followed the blog at all today, then you will know that Halloween merchandise hit Shop Disney. Now, when I got up this morning, it's so funny because some people actually pay attention to what I say.
About four.
And I had tags on Facebook and messages because Hocus Pocus, which, I love Hocus Pocus.
Now we're Hocus Brocus.
No, now we're Hocus Brocus because the merchandise hit. So it was a Shop Disney Spirit jersey, which I had put out a couple of weeks ago that was coming. It's not Disney Parks, it's Shop Disney. So it was like $5 cheaper. They had a Hocus Pocus lounge fly, like a tote bag, and with a matching wallet. I think the wallet was only like $35.
If you're a pass holder right now, you get 30% off.
Yeah, this week, pass holders 30% off, and you can get it on Shop Disney as well.
Well, you just have to link your Shop Disney account and your My Disney Experience accounts together, and then it was AP 30 off. Or
yeah, AP 30 off, I think, was the code that you put in the field. But okay, so first things first, I went and I had to go check out the Hocus Pocus stuff. And I'm gonna tell you the honest to God truth. Like, before I put out the blog, I wanted to go see if there was anything I wanted, because the power of social media, especially with my audience and they like to shop. If I put out merchandise stuff before I get to take advantage of it, I always miss out. Like, doesn't it happen every time?
Many times.
Many times, because like I go to put out the information, and then I go back and stuff is sold out. So like, but it's not just me that puts out that stuff. But there's ladies that watch Shop Disney every day to see what's new. Like, you just go and check, do your filter as to what's new. So I put out the Hocus Pocus stuff. And I used the Spirit jersey as like a featured image. And then, I'm not even kidding you, within a half hour, I went back and I read the comment sections because I wanted to see if people were being nice and everything. And everyone's like, the jersey's already sold out. And I'm like, oh shoot, well, I'm glad I got mine. But they didn't.
Which now you can buy for $300.
If you're looking for a medium Spirit jersey, actually no, I'm keeping it. But things were selling out really quickly. So when I went back and checked all that good stuff out, then I started getting more tags on Facebook from my lovely people who know I love Halloween. And then the Disney Parks Halloween stuff hit Shop Disney. So it took me like an hour to gather all this information and put it
put
out
her
there.
order.
I didn't buy any Halloween yet. I did buy Hocus Pocus, and he's like, because I told him it's 30% off right now, so how can I pass that up?
Because the 10% makes that big.
It makes a difference. I always say every little bit counts.
The best is she constantly buying more because she gets extra 10% off. So we spent an extra $300 because we saved another.
We did not even spend that much. He's lying. So
you haven't ordered the Halloween stuff yet.
I have not. Okay, so which I wish I would have.
So I'll be on Entertainment Earth later buying my X-Men pops.
No. All right. So anyway, Halloween merchandise. So I went back and I did things opposite. I got the Halloween merchandise blog together, and then I went back after to look. So let's talk about what sold like that. So they had, which I'm hoping they'll have, in the parks. But they had a Haunted Mansion spirit jersey, and it was the black, like the dark gray wallpaper instead of like the purple, how the other Haunted Mansion jersey was purple. This one is like the dark gray. And the one in the picture had Disneyland written across the back, even though Disneyland isn't even open, but that's not the point. So, but
I'd rather have that one.
The Haunted Mansion jerseys were gone like that. What else went really quick?
Wasn't there a launch fly you showed me that you wanted, or no?
No, the Loungefly was Hocus Pocus.
Oh, okay.
But they had, hold on, I wrote some things. Okay, so Halloween merchandise. They had a couple different pairs of Halloween ears that were still there the last time I looked. I did check before we went live to see what was still there on Shop Disney. There were Halloween ears, jerseys. I can't read my writing. Costumes. Oh, yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. They have costumes, and they started a little bit last year with like 3 or 4 costumes. But this year they have more adult costumes, even though we don't know what's going to happen as far as Halloween goes. But they had the coolest costumes, you guys. They had like all the princesses. They have a Rapunzel for adults, which I did not buy yet, but I'm thinking about it.
I like how she said yet.
Yeah.
Did not buy yet. But I'm thinking about it.
So they have a full head to toe Oogie Boogie costume from Nightmare Before Christmas. It's really, really cool.
Is it the glow in the dark one? Or
I don't know if it glows. But they have like Jack, they have the full like costume of Jack. They have Sally.
I'm too fat to be Jack.
You could be Oogie.
I could be Oogie. I'm fat enough to be Oogie.
Oh my gosh. Really? All right.
Well, I like how you didn't say you could pull off Jack. Just went right past that one. No, it's fine. You can continue. Continue.
Now I lost my train of thought because you're
talking about the costumes.
All right, so
Jack, Sally, the Sanderson sisters. You added
that too.
You're welcome.
They have all 3 Sanderson sisters with wigs that you can buy. The wigs are bought separate, but you can get all 3 Sanderson.
Pat's on.
I can't see.
Next door neighbor, Pat.
Oh my gosh, that's my mom's next door neighbor, as we call her Pat next door. Hi, Pat next door.
Hi, Pat.
We miss home. I miss home. I want to go home.
I'm good.
I want to go home. Oh, I know you don't want to go. I want to go home when it's cool and get like cider mill donuts and things. But that's beside the point.
And Paula's on also.
Hi.
And she mentioned the yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, she knows. Okay, so they also have costumes for dogs. They have costumes for babies, but the dog costumes. So one good mention for the dog costumes. They have a Baby Yoda dog costume. I'm gonna put this out tomorrow, but if you want a sneak peek, go look.
If they're not sold out by tomorrow. So
it's like your dog's face like goes through like Baby Yoda's mouth.
So is it the child or is it Yoda?
It's the child.
Okay.
If I had said Yoda, if I meant, you know what I'm talking about.
Jack could have been Yoda and Ava could have been the child.
So, and then it has like how like Baby Yoda eats frogs? So it had like frog legs sticking out of the bottom.
And chicken nuggies.
Yeah, that too. But and then they have a Stitch costume for dogs. I mean, like if your dog is short and fat, you are golden when it comes to costumes because it's like these like little like fat dog costumes.
Did they have an Ariel one? Because you said today at Podco you won't put.
I want to put Ava in a Little Mermaid costume. I want to get her a fishtail and a red wig.
Melissa played Mom Spaghetti.
Which
I got Eminem going through my head now. His knees weak, arms so heavy.
Why is she doing Eminem?
Because they were talking about Michigan.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. So my friend Melissa, she's always teasing me about
service. He was calm and ready.
because we are like still Detroit through and through, and it's like very hard to shake.
313.
Oh, sidebar. Let's talk about food for a second. So when we went to Universal, we stopped in Voodoo Donuts because the kids are always bugging about donuts and things. So I'm like, okay, let's go in Voodoo Donuts.
There's some over there too.
No, there's only one left.
Oh, that's it.
The kids like devoured them. So we're in line at Voodoo Donuts, and I look down, and there's a donut, and it's called the 8 Mile Donut. Now you.
But on their real website, it's got a different name.
It does. Okay, so the 8 Mile Donut at Universal City Walk. Guess what's on it? Guess what's on it?
They're like a 30, 45-second delay.
Darn it. Okay. M&M's.
And on their website, it's called the Marshall Mathers. So
I put it on my personal Facebook wall because I thought it was hysterical. And then what's so bad, I'm gonna embarrass you.
I missed that even. I was like, why do they call it 8 Mile?
He didn't get it.
I didn't realize it was M&M's at first. I thought it was Reese's Pieces. I don't know why, but I thought it was Reese's Pieces.
I told the guy at the donut place, I'm like, we'll take an 8 Mile. And I said, because we're from Detroit. And they, we were talking about it. So we got home and I said something about the 8 Mile Donut. And he's like, why did they call it the 8 Mile Donut? Did you ask him? I'm like,
I honestly thought it was Reese's Pieces. I'm not even paying attention.
I'm like, you just lost all your Michigan, Detroit street cred because it's an M&M donut. So it's 8 Mile. 8 Mile was M&M's movie. You should know all of this. But I just thought that was pretty darn funny. And we had to buy the 8 Mile Donut because M&M, because Detroit, just because it's a very punny donut.
And then I had to buy the Memphis Mafia fritter. It was this big. $5 for this fritter. I felt like Elvis.
Memphis Mafia fritter.
Seriously, I felt like Elvis. I was afraid I wasn't going to wake up the next morning. That thing was so big.
It's just so funny because I've been bugging him about going on a diet with me. Like I go for walks and stuff and he won't exercise with me, which I'm working on it. So his justification at Voodoo Donuts was, I'm going to buy this big old fritter because he's going to start exercising. Like when I go for my walks or whatever, he's going to go with me. Well, he did do one good thing though. He only ate half the fritter.
And then I'm like, I gotta get rid of this thing. I'm gonna throw it away. No, don't throw it away.
Because it was like a $6 fritter.
Don't throw it away. I said, no, you don't understand. I'm throwing it away so I stop eating it.
But it was expensive.
I'm not George Costanza. I'm pulling it out of the garbage.
I mean, it was an expensive fritter. And said fritter also had like the weirdest combination of food. And it had peanut butter.
It was
banana,
because that's
cinnamon.
Elvis was his peanut butter and banana sandwiches.
But what does cinnamon have to do with anything?
It wasn't cinnamon.
It was cinnamon in there.
It was a fritter. I mean, fritter has a little bit of cinnamon. It was an apple fritter. No, it was a banana fritter.
Whatever fritter.
There was no
but
apple
it had
in
cinnamon.
It was a banana fritter with peanut butter, chocolate drizzle, and then chocolate chips.
It was a hot mess fritter. It had a little bit of everything in it.
It was good. I wish I would have ate the day we got it, not the next day, because it probably would have tasted better.
Anyway, what were we talking about that made us go back to
Voodoo Donuts?
Yeah, I know, food. But I don't even know why it was at. Why did we start
talking about food?
We were talking about merchandise. Why did I talk about Voodoo Donuts? I don't even know. God bless it. We get on these tangents, or I get on these tangents, and I forget what started it.
It had bananas in it, Randy. It was amazing.
I don't even know. I was talking about Halloween, and we got on 8 Mile and M&M. All right. And by the way, 8 Mile is not a big deal. Like whenever we tell people like we're from Detroit, they're like, "Do you know where 8 Mile is?" I'm like,
"Yes."
Yes. Have you ever seen Eminem? How about Kid Rock?
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's just funny. It's really not a big deal, I promise you. All right. Anyway, we were talking about Halloween. Okay, Halloween. I don't remember.
Halloween merchandise.
Okay, whatever. So anyway, so if you go on Shop Disney, there are some Halloween things left. But I recommend that you check back frequently because it seems as though when this stuff hits, it sells fast. And I mean, I didn't even get to go back and buy. I don't need another Spirit jersey, by the way. I'm just
got like 5 in the last 2 weeks.
I don't need another Spirit jersey, but I really like the Walt Disney World ones and Disneyland that they had. It's like It looks like it's got like a candy theme to it.
Yeah, it's just different icons of Halloween.
I did a vlog on it earlier, so if you go to our site, you'll be able to see some of the merchandise. There's a lot of cute things. So it's kind of like, it's okay. Let's talk for a minute. Let's talk about the downside of shopping, because we're going to talk about Merch Pass. What?
I was reading.
I can't see, so they could be totally making fun of me. And
Kyle says you switched over to food because you mentioned something about Halloween and got all excited over the food.
I was talking about home.
Then you said we went to Universal. I have to say, Universal treating their annual pass holders correct.
Oh, jeez. We're talking. Don't start.
I won't start, but you know how I feel.
I do know how you feel.
Bob Chapek, give me a call. I got a few words for you. They're not pretty, but I'll tell you.
Hey, keep it positive.
Now if I seen him, I trip him.
Stop. Oh, all right. Anyway, I thought we could talk about Merch Pass, because a lot of people have been confused as far as, like, I'll put out a blog and I'll explain what Merch Pass is, and like I go look in the comment section and I will, like, 9 times out of 10 somebody says, "What's Merch Pass?" Even though I explained it. All right, so
I had to explain it to her, so
because I was like, "What?" Okay, so that collection that comes out every month. Well, actually, they're cramming 3 together to get back on track. That Minnie Mouse, the main attraction collection that people are so angry about. Merch Pass is being used for that. So last time was Peter Pan's Flight, and what you do is you go on Shop Disney. You enter yourself to possibly get a merchandise
what items you
pass.
want. You got to pick what you want to buy.
But then you don't always get that, because somebody will say, "I want all of it," and then when it's like a lottery or a raffle, let's say. Like if you go on to Shop Disney and you apply for Merch Pass, and then if you get chosen the next day or whenever they have it, then they email you and they tell you, "Hey, you've been selected. You can go buy whatever it is."
Right. So the Peter Pan collection, we both applied.
I didn't get it.
I was selected. I had both the ears and the plush in there, and all we got was the plush.
We did. So let me show you. This came in the mail.
It just came today, actually. So Michelle's trying to get something from each month, so she did get to the plush.
So this is Peter Pan's Flight, the mini plush. Now, I originally, like I told you guys before, I originally wanted to collect the ears, and I haven't been able to do that because you can't get the merchandise. So
glad you bought 2 the first month.
I did. I do have an extra pair of Space Mountain ears. But tomorrow, the reason I'm talking about this is tomorrow, the King Arthur's Carousel collection hits. You can't buy it tomorrow. You can sign up for a possible Merch Pass.
And is it like last time? I think it was like 11 Pacific or 11 Eastern.
I don't know. So go on Shop Disney in the morning if you want the carousel, or try to get something from the carousel collection. And then after that, oh my God. All right, so after that is Dumbo. I did a blog on this too. The Dumbo collection, I have to have something from it because I love Dumbo. The ears are adorable. I really want the Dumbo ears. That'll be coming up next at the end of August. And then I believe the first week of, or maybe the 15th. Yes, it's the 15th of September will be Big Thunder Mountain's grouping for Minnie the main attraction.
So originally they made it sound like when everything got backed up that they were just going to let it run 12 months and something probably would have been in January or February. Now it seems like there's a reason they have to have it over by the end of December. All I can figure is
because it was every month.
I know, but they were going to originally let it roll into the next year, and now they're not. And that tells me there might be some big release coming in January again, maybe another month-to-month collection, and they need to catch up so they can unleash that on time.
I don't know.
I guess we'll see.
But here's the thing. So Dumbo is adorable. That's going to be out later in August. I don't really love the Big Thunder Mountain one. It's very brown. It's just not my favorite. October's mini collection is going to be Haunted Mansion. And if anybody wants to help me get something from the Haunted Mansion line, I don't even know what it looks like. I just know I need it. I need the ears. I need the plush. I need whatever else I can get my hands on because I love Haunted Mansion. But here's the problem. Here's the problem with Shop Disney. All right.
Joe agrees, 2021 collection.
All right. So, Shop Disney. What?
Oh no, Randy said probably the 50th anniversary starting in January.
Yeah,
they might do something, but they
stuff.
Might do a special month-to-month thing for the 50th anniversary.
They may, but here's the problem. Let's talk about the problem.
Just hit in the comments.
All right, hold on. All right, here's the problem. And the only reason I'm talking about the problem is because people like to yell at me about it, even though it's not my problem.
Yes, it is.
So the merchandise, like even Merch Pass does not guarantee. Now, Merch Pass came to be because people were complaining that like if a release were to hit like Minnie's main attraction, the site kept crashing.
But didn't they use it the first time on that Frozen?
They did use it, but people weren't nutso about the Frozen stuff like they are at Minnie's
Didn't we
collection.
see? Isn't the Frozen thing the one at the outlet store we saw through the window?
No, it's not the same thing.
Not the same one.
No, and the outlet's not open either. We were just keeping it in the windows. So the problem is that they took Merch Pass to try to remedy some of the problems that they were having with Shop Disney, because a lot of times, now I read this today, and this is the only reason why I'm bringing it up, because again, people send me messages thinking I can do something about it, which I cannot, but I do read all the messages, and like somebody was shopping. I want to say it was either the Halloween or the Hocus Pocus. They put something in their shopping cart on Shop Disney. Then they continued shopping because you have that option. Mm-hmm. So they did the continued shopping. And then by the time they went back with their shopping, the item that they wanted was sold out and it didn't apply anymore. I want to say it was a Spirit jersey.
Disney should call Shopify and learn how to do a shopping website.
Well,
because it's not that hard. It's not rocket science to figure out how to do it. You put a hold on the stuff when it goes in the cart. You hold it for 30 minutes. If the person has bought it, then you release it back to the general public. It's not rocket science. You could also create a different server for your shopping site as opposed to your My Disney experience, your hotel experience, everything. But no, let's put it all on the same server and watch it crash every other day. That's smart. Make $20 trillion a year in Canada.
All right. He's a little bit bitter today. I apologize, but I'm just trying to say that there's got to be a way that they can figure this out, because when these hot ticket items hit, now the reason that they're not putting them in a Disney, at Disney Springs or in the parks is because of social distancing, and they don't want to crowd around merchandise.
So if you get this next line and you get to complete your purchase before the 14th, we get 30% off of it.
I don't know the answer to that. We're going to try for that Merch Pass tomorrow, though.
I mean, I'm just curious if you'll get your whole 30% off for this one if you're on your pass holder.
Because
you should find out within 2 days if you got your item and to be able to purchase it.
I really want the ears. I originally wanted all the ears.
See, Kyle agrees with me.
What?
Lorraine says, welcome to my world. Preach it, Scott. See, they like it. I wonder how Scott feels about it. Oh, Scott's angry. Me and Corey had a whole...
Corey said bitter today. All right, Corey. Was he bitter the other night?
Me and Corey. I can show you a message with me and Corey going back and forth about how horrible we both feel about Disney right now.
As a matter of fact, at dinner the other night, Corey and Scott were at the end of the table, and it was like, bitter party of two.
Because we don't understand why annual pass holders have to get reservations the way they do. Somebody can walk up and buy a day ticket and get in a park that an annual pass holder that spends a lot of money there throughout the year cannot get into. That's ridiculous. And then we pay for water parks, which aren't even open, we can't go to. ESPN, which we can't go to. I mean, it's like...
I know.
It's ridiculous. And then Chapek says, pass holders don't matter to us. We only care about our...
I don't think he said
guests.
Pass holders don't matter.
I wouldn't go to work for Disney, Danielle.
He said something along the lines of that they don't get their biggest revenue or bump from pass holders.
That's crap, though, because as a pass holder that lives locally, if you go once a month, you spend money on food, you spend money on merchandise, you spend money on your annual pass. You might do staycations. You're going to spend more over the year rather than just within a 1 week span. Somebody comes from the north, comes down for a week and a half, they're going to spend a lot of money in that week and a half. That's wonderful that they do that. But an annual pass holder goes, you can't go to a walk-up for under $60 for a family of 4.
Okay, this is true. And I will say, I'm a Disney girl through and through. I love Disney. It makes me a little bit sad as an annual pass holder that we can't just go. I mean, we're paying for, full price for not being able to go to the parks unless there happens to be a reservation open.
Right, and then you lose your fireworks, you lose your parade.
I don't even care about that.
But that's all the stuff that goes into why you buy your passes. I mean, that's all part of the magic. That's a reason why Universal is half the cost, because they don't have the Disney magic.
Okay, but I'm not even bitter about that. It's just that I wish that, like you said, if you have a day pass, you can walk up to the window and go to the park.
Corey was at Hollywood Studios the other day, and he saw people turned away who were annual pass holders, but people were walking up, buying a day pass and walking right into the park. And I just don't understand why that doesn't become an annual pass holder thing unless day passes. Or why even a day pass would be existing right now. If you don't have a reservation or a pass in advance, why should you get to go to the park over an annual pass holder who's paying every month, who waited for this 4 months, who had their money taken out at one point and then refunded because it wasn't supposed to go out? I mean, it's just.
Okay, annual pass holders are getting the short end of the stick. I agree. And I hope, like, I was excited about the extra discounts with merchandise. I mean, like, that pacified me a little bit because
But it ends on the 14th.
It does. So what I'm wondering is, are they, when that deal is over, are they going to offer pass holders something else? I mean,
like Jody said, a Tinkerbell magnet.
Not just, okay, a magnet doesn't make it better.
No, it doesn't. It just they need to do something for the annual pass holders, and they haven't done. They had the annual pass holder preview, but only a couple thousand annual pass holders could even get in. There was people in New York getting it. Here, you can go, but they couldn't go because they're in New York, and our governor wasn't letting anybody come from New York.
Okay.
So, I mean, it was just like a big old mess that it's just, I just don't get it, and I wish they would be more open about this is what we're trying to do. That's why a lot of people, as of tomorrow, will have to cancel their passes because, and I honestly thought about canceling ours because I would almost, if I can only go once a month anyway to the park I want to, I might as well just buy a day pass because it's almost the same price as what I pay for an annual pass a month.
Yeah. I mean, I'm forever optimistic when it comes to Disney, and I am hoping that they do something for us pass holders. You know, because we spend a whole lot of money every month, and we're kind of like, I mean, I don't know. And, you know, you give us a discount, we're still spending money because that means, like, you know, people like myself who value that extra 10%.
Well, that's it. They gave you 3 weeks of an extra 10%. Oh, we got to buy. Well, everybody knows they're doing it so they can get more of the money back they lost all those months because they got to get some revenue rolling again. But it's just like, then do something with the annual pass holders. Don't take all our full amount when we're not getting the full benefit of what we paid for when we apply. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
And the CMs are the ones that get blamed for it, like Lorraine just said. The CMs get destroyed by these people who are angry because it's all their fault. They're the ones that decided.
Well, cast members, it's not their fault.
No, it's not.
This is how it is.
I hate that they treat the cast members the way they do.
People, I know. Okay, wait. Okay.
I'm just saying, something needs to change, and I think JPEG needs to go.
Oh, God. All right. That's enough.
Okay.
Oh, my God. I was just talking about Merch Pass. Why did you do all that?
Because we started talking about how their system stucks and drops. Okay, go on.
Well, see, I was going to talk about more somewhat negative things and try to keep it positive, but now I'm afraid.
Don't be afraid. It's part of it's reality. And you always say at the Mystery Mouse, we're real.
We are real, but I also value my relationship I have with Disney. All right. So anyway, all right. So we put out something, which is, it's not a big deal because it happens every year. That the reduced hours will be starting September 8th. So usually everything does kind of go down in hours after Labor Day weekend.
Because it gets dark earlier.
Yeah.
But we did find out the meetup weekend, parks are closing by 7 at Epcot. So the meetup is scheduled sometime between, is it 11 and 7 or 10 and 7?
I think it's 11 and 7.
11 and 7 or something like that. But that day we will be done by 7 o'clock because that's when Epcot closes that day.
Yeah, until they kick us out. But we'll be at Disney Springs the next day. So okay. Right. And then more bad news for DVC.
Yeah, I forgot about that one too.
Oh, Lord help us.
And they pay a lot more than everybody.
Yeah, okay, so DVC, their Moonlight Magic parties have been canceled for the rest of the year. But, like, everything in the evening has been canceled for the rest of the year.
And if you've never had the opportunity to go to one of those Moonlight Magic parties, they are a lot of fun.
They are
We
fun.
have DVC friends who took us, a couple different groups of friends that took us, and it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
You see characters you don't usually ever see.
Yeah, the DVC parties are a great party.
Aiden got to meet Oswald, and I got to meet.
Yeah, Aiden got to meet Oswald when our friends took us to the one at the studios like 2 years ago.
Yeah, something like that.
But yeah, so the meetup though, it's gonna be we're gonna make the best of it. I know some people were wondering, like, you know, are we still going to be able to pull off a meetup? And, you know, it's our 10-year anniversary this year. We really want to be able to celebrate it. My best girlfriends from Michigan are coming to town, so there will be a party regardless.
Yeah, and Epcot has not been the one selling out as the other three parks. Yeah. So we're hoping, because it's at Epcot, which we decided long before this, that it was going to be Epcot.
Well, we originally said Epcot because Harmonious was supposed to be new, and we were going to do all kinds of great things with Epcot, but that wasn't to be.
No.
So.
Who knows? 2021.
But we're still going to do our very best. You know,
we'll do something. We're trying to come up with different plans, different ideas of what to do.
But as of right now, it's still October 24th at Epcot and October 25th at Disney Springs. And I really think that, you know, we really deserve this. Past 10 years has been something else, let me tell you. I mean,
that's a nice way to say it.
A lot of changes, a lot of, you know.
Oh, that's a good question.
What?
Judy Kern. So with MK closing earlier, will they still decorate the castle for Christmas? No one will see it after dark.
You know,
I didn't think about that, but it's true. You wouldn't see all the lights if the castle, if they close at 7, it's just getting dusk between 6 and 7, even in our darkest time of the year.
Well, no, after daylight savings, it starts getting dark at like 5.
Oh, so
because they usually do like a light the castle thing by 6. So I am hoping and praying that we still get the castle lit up for Christmas because, you know, give us something. There's nothing like Christmas at Disney. I mean, I love Halloween at Disney as well, but there's something about the street with the Christmas lights and the big tree and the fake snow. And I could just stand and
It's Snoop.
I could stare at the castle like forever. Like sometimes, like how many times have we gone to Magic Kingdom at Christmas time?
Oh my God.
And I keep like, I'm a castle stalker. I keep walking back and forth.
But you're that way, Christmas or not.
But I love the Christmas castle. It's beautiful. It's like one of those things that I'll even do extra live feeds of the castle because
that's the way she can get in front of it again.
That's not why. That is totally not why. The reason I do things like that is because I so badly want to be able to share what I'm seeing with other people. I remember the first year we moved here, the first time we saw the castle lit up, I took video of it and went live so that my family could see it because, or like Osborne Lights,
you did that
you know, I did that too because like for people who can't be there to see these things, I feel like I can be your eyes and ears and like, we're gonna see all this stuff together because it makes me happy. It's like
when she did Toy Story Land, the opening of that, she was seeing it as she was showing it, which was just a testament to how devoted she is.
Aww.
Where the other people covering the event, I don't like to use the word bloggers, but the other ones going through the gate were more, let's see it and then we'll show it to our people, or let's record it and we'll show it later. Michelle went live as she was walking through when the cast members let them go through. That's when she was live already. And I was sitting at home watching it myself because that was the first time I had seen it also. So we did kind of see it together.
Yeah, that kind of stuff is like super important to me. It's like I'm one of those people, like if I buy you something, I'm gonna be like, I'm so excited I bought you something. It's because it makes me happy to make other people happy. I've already started buying stuff for Christmas for a couple of my girlfriends because I'm just excited about it. And I love to do that. So it's the same philosophy for me. Like if I can do that and take you guys with me to see the things that we're seeing, then it makes me happy. So I guess, I don't know, it's the little things, right?
Yep.
It makes me happy. But anyway, so I'm really hoping, I just thought of something horrible though. Oh my gosh. Because like the pumpkins, I'm all torn up over the flipping pumpkins because normally, like I said last week, if the pumpkins pop out, like my girlfriend who works at Magic Kingdom would be like, hey, pumpkins. And I'd be like, hey, I'm on my way.
And for 5 years, this being the 6th year, every time she walks to Magic Kingdom, I want one of those pumpkins. Every time we'll see them now, as soon as they go up, if they go up this year, she always says, I want
pumpkin. But my whole point is that like I can't just go take pictures of the pumpkins for you guys or go live because I have to have a reservation to go see the flipping pumpkins, and that's gonna bother me.
It's about 3 to 4 weeks now to get a reservation.
That's gonna bother me. I will admit that will bother me, and it will also bother me the same thing when the Christmas decorations go up. I mean, we can hope and pray that by the time November hits, that maybe things will be different. Maybe capacity will be different to where we can actually get into the parks when we want to.
Or if we go stay at a resort, we can go.
That's another thing. Okay, so if you're staying at a Disney resort, it's easy peasy lemon squeezy to get into the parks. True?
I'm not going off my
I mean, I like staying at Disney resorts anyway. If it wasn't for my dogs, I would stay there more often.
That's the kicker. We just usually don't have anybody watch the dogs.
I need a dog sitter. Yeah, I mean, so there are good deals to be had at Disney, and you can get into the parks if you're staying on property. I can't. Well, we took the dogs to the campground because we could take them there.
And that's where I started thinking in my head, was it cheaper just to go buy a day pass rather than go buy 3 days or 2 days at a resort? I mean, for the 4 of us, so by the time you spend like the campground, for instance, for 2 days, it was $500 plus the golf cart.
The go-kart. They have go-karts at the campground.
So it's like, if you just want to go to the studios, we could just go there and it'd actually be a little bit cheaper. Plus, we don't have to find a place to put the dogs, and then they charge to bring the dogs. So it's like,
they do charge to bring dogs. Did we talk about that?
And then Art of Animation isn't open. That's the other one that allows dogs, but they're not open. I don't.
When is Art of Animation open?
At least they weren't on the site available. I don't know if they really.
I would be willing to stay there with the dogs.
It's cheaper to stay there too.
Maybe.
But we'll see.
We'll
I don't
see.
know. That'll come
It's like they're my like I need my dogs like close by. I worry about them. I know it's silly, but I would like to stay at Art of Animation.
That's why I think we're gonna check them into the doggy resort.
Yeah, they do have that for those of you who have.
I think
dogs.
we just gotta get Ava updated on her shots.
Ava needs shots, and Ava does need a mermaid costume. I'm gonna have to look into that because I think that would be really funny. Like Jack won't let me put costumes on him. He doesn't like clothes. He eats them. But Ava, like she has a spirit jersey. She will let me dress her any way I want to. So if I put like fish fins on her, she'll be all about it.
So Ava's gonna have the red wig on and the green.
Oh, it'd be so cute.
She's the next Doug the Pug. I could just Photoshop it all on her.
She's even cuter than Doug the Pug because she's got that tongue that.
Well, she doesn't have her own
sticks
Instagram yet.
No.
Can't put her on the TikTok.
The TikTok. All right. So I think that's really it. Did you guys have any questions before we sign off for the week? By chance?
One thing I'm gonna mention really quick. We weren't gonna mention it, but we will. We're gonna be putting a giveaway we're doing with a company for I don't even know what they're called. They're little figurines, but they're kind of cool. They come like in a little glass dome over the top of them. They're just little collectible Disney ones. We're gonna be putting something on our Instagram. So if you're interested in possibly winning that, just go over to Instagram. You have to share the post, like their pages, and that enters you into the drawing to win.
Yeah. So our giveaway is not on Facebook this week. It is on the Instagram.
If I can share the picture real quick. I'm gonna see if I can pull a picture in here.
You're gonna give it a try.
I'm gonna see if it'll work. I don't know.
You gonna try?
I'm gonna try. If you want to keep talking, I'll see if I can get this work.
Well, I don't know what to talk about now.
Oh, you got something. You've always got something to talk about.
You guys. So yeah, the giveaway will be on Instagram. And we'll announce who wins next week.
No, I can't put it up here.
No?
Yeah, I can't.
Okay, so anyway, they're like these little collectibles.
Yeah, they're called
They're really cute.
DOMEZ. And we're partnered with a company called Jazzwares, which is a local company. The lady I spoke to is local. And they're just these little domed characters. I've got.
They're like little dome characters. Like I'm looking at the thing right now, and it's got like Steamboat Willie, but it's in a dome.
Yeah. So and they link together, so you can have them all linked together if you have multiple ones. I have
Danielle's asking about LOL tickets. So about
there's that.
I know. Oh, and Alicia too. Okay, so as far as LOL this month, we are still trying to figure out what we're going to do because we're supposed to do Raglan Road, but they want to put us in a room that it's going to be super loud and you might not be able to hear us.
That plus they're limiting the amount of people at each table and they're only giving us 7 tables. And they're saying that unless the group lives together,
you can't sit with people.
So we're thinking if we're looking at 7 tables, if 2 people come together, that's 14 people. It's like, well, we don't know if that's really good for our show. That's even smaller than last month. The Weinbach George had a small area.
Yeah. it's still going to be the 30th. We just don't know if it's going to be at Raglan because we're having capacity issues. And last month we had sound issues, like with echoing and such. So we're trying to make it so.
I bought a lot of equipment
Yeah.
in the other room that I'm testing out. So if it works, the sound will be coming better over online because it's going to take the audio and the video and put them together and then put it online. And then inside the room, it should be better because it'll be a mic wired in. So we'll see what happens. It'll work out. And then Shane, I saw your permit filed by Blog Mickey. We've not heard anything about any kind of fireworks permits filed.
Quit talking about them rumor blogs on my live feed.
They go out and sue everybody if you talk bad about them.
Oh my God.
WWD, not news.
Don't, we're not talking about everybody else. So hang in there for LOL. I will let you know as soon
hopefully within the next day or two.
If it's where it's going to be, but it will be the 30th, and we're just trying to find some place that can accommodate our people. And
we don't want to make it too small because last month we did have a lot of people who wanted to come and couldn't because it was such a small venue. So I think if we can somehow get a larger venue, even if we've reached out to a few of our contacts, so we're waiting for somebody to get back to us. So hopefully somebody gets back to us in the next 24 hours or so, and then we can.
Yeah, so I know that it's kind of crunch time, but still kind of reserve yourself for the 30th.
It's going to be the 30th. That will be the date. We just don't know where exactly.
We're still trying to figure it out because I don't want people to get upset like last time and be like, "Oh, we really wanted to come, but you sold out of tickets, or there wasn't enough room, or that we're." With everything the way it is now, with capacities and with different rules that they have right now, we have to comply with wherever the venue.
Right.
So we're just trying to find a venue that's big enough to where can accommodate.
We could rent a big treehouse room and have it up there and have everybody come out and hang out.
I don't think that would work. So anyway,
anything going on in September?
September's LOL is going to be at the new Wolfgang Puck, kind of diagonally from Planet Hollywood.
By Chicken Guy.
By the Chicken Guy. And then October is House of Blues. Yes. So.
As long as nothing changes with those.
Yeah, as long as
we thought for sure Raglan Road was a go, and then 3 days ago we found this new.
Yeah, now we don't know if they can accommodate. So.
Yeah, but eventually, hopefully, life returns to some.
As soon as life gets back to somewhat normal, this is going to be a lot easier.
And we tried to explain to the people that our group, usually everybody knows everybody when they come to because the LOL crowd really is a lot of them are
a lot of regulars.
Yeah, there are a lot of regular crowd every month. So if we can try to convince them that these people know each other, they don't live in the same house together, but they know each other. They talk to each other regularly. They will sit with one another for an hour to watch the show.
Yeah, I mean, we all kind of are like one big family, but we also have to comply with whatever the venue says. So just hang in there because we'll figure something out.
We'll figure it out.
We always figure something out.
We could all just go to John's house.
Oh yeah, germaphobe John. Let's all.
He just has to tell security to let everybody into the sub where he lives, and we could all just go to his house. I think it'd be fun.
Oh, super.
Does anybody think? I mean, we could bring snacks. John likes snacks.
I like snacks.
John likes snacks, so we can do that.
We're bribing with snacks.
Just saying. We can just have it catered.
Okay. Anyway, so. To enter our giveaway, wait a little bit because I have to go to Instagram and post it, but we'll be on our Instagram at the Main Street Mouse.
Yep, and you just have to follow their two businesses or share the post and then get you an entry.
And Kaylee, we don't have anything planned for December as of yet.
She will be packed in December. I think.
Please. I'm so sorry.
You guys think it will be packed in December?
I don't know. It depends on capacity.
Sean needs at John's house.
John's house. I'm sure he'd love it. No, as far as December, I don't know. I'm hoping that capacity is going to be a little bit different of a story.
I would hope by then they've upped it a little bit. But only time will tell. I mean, as long as things continue to go well in the parks, we shall see.
Where there's a will, there's a way. I'm always working to figure stuff out. So just hang in there and just more to come. And
if you're planning to go to the meetup at Epcot, please get your reservation.
Make sure you get your reservation for the 24th of October because, we just don't know what's going to happen.
And I hate for somebody to tie up a reservation. And that's the thing that bothers me. I really hate to ask people to tie because you only get the 3. Just put one aside.
But if you get a day pass, you can go right in. So don't worry about it.
Or if you stay on property that weekend.
I actually
thought about renting a room for the weekend, but we had the dogs.
But the dogs. Darn it. Okay, anyway.
It would be horrible if we didn't get a reservation.
I thought about that. It would be awful if like everybody went for Epcot for our 10-year anniversary meetup and it was kind of I can't get in.
We'll wave at the gate. We'll throw buttons over the wall.
They'll have to like live feed us in. Oh, that would be awful. Okay, think about that. All right, anyway, so I guess that's it for this week. Go check out our giveaway in a little bit on Instagram. Don't forget, tomorrow it is Merch Pass for the next round of Minnie the Main Attraction. Hopefully, if the odds are in our favor, we can maybe get something from that this week. Annual pass holder 30% discount ends on Friday, I believe. So if you're gonna do your shopping, do it soon, because like I know it's only an extra 10%, but still. And I guess that's it. But follow us all week long on our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of that good stuff, because I will definitely be updating you as far as, especially because merchandise seems to be the big thing that everybody's talking about right now. So
I think because it just puts them in Disney somehow.
I know there's not a whole lot, else like going on as far as events and things, but there's merchandise, so there's that. Like, I need to buy more stuff.
Gotta buy more stuff.
Oh, God.
Gotta buy a bigger closet.
I need to buy a bigger something. So anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. And thank you so much for tuning in. Mm-hmm. And we will see you next Monday.
Sounds good. Take care, guys.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.